And remember, if I can cook it, so can you. So go nowhere. Let's create. Let's start with the beans, and first I'm going to introduce you to the ingredients. Black beans, about 15 ounces. And you have some smoked andouille sausage. You can use any type of sausage. And then you're going to cut it in rounds. Red bell peppers, chop them. You don't need a lot, maybe a teaspoon. Onions, chop them, about a teaspoon. A couple garlic teeth, you want to chop them too. Here's a trick. You can put a little bit of salt so they get friction when you are chopping them. And just chop them into pieces, that's simple. I have a small piece of green bell pepper. You cut it, and you're going to also chop it into pieces. Also going to use some fresh oregano. Just a little bit. Here I have some culantro and also some cilantro. If you cannot find culantro, then use the cilantro, that will be sufficient. You have a potato. Cut a piece after you peel it. And you're going to grind a small tomato to create your own tomato sauce. See? I have some sea salt and ground cumin. Make sure you have some extra virgin olive oil, as well as some, you're going to need water, or beef stock or beef broth. So you preheat a pan, put some extra virgin olive oil. That's the first thing you're going to do when you're going to cook these beans. Get your sausage. After about 3 minutes on medium high, they're ready with the nice color. Take them out. Now in a pot, medium high heat. First thing you're going to do, you're going to use the grease that you use to sear the sausages. This grease is hot. Just a little bit, not a lot. Start getting your sofrito, and I'm going to create my sofrito real time. I'm not going to use any of the preserved stuff. So onions, peppers, the sweet ones, bell peppers. Some of the fresh oregano. Add your culantro and cilantro. Put some of your garlic. Do this for a few seconds while you're having your sofrito getting ready. You can add your potatoes now if you want to, or a little bit later. Now the beans, if you're using canned, just drain the water. If you're using the dry beans, make sure you put them in water overnight so they soften. Now it's time to add the sausages. So the flavors mix. Put a little bit of that tomato. You don't want a lot. The black beans, you don't want them red. Add the remainder of the garlic. And what you do now, you add the beans. If you want all the flavors to mix, add your stock of water. Add sufficient, depending how soupy you want them. Add some cumin. And what you're going to do now, you add a little bit of salt. You're going to give it a taste. You determine if you want to add more salt. Now it's the time. Heat is a medium high. When it starts simmering, what you're going to do is you're going to cover it, and then you're going to reduce the heat to a couple notches below medium. So how do you know it's going to be done? Simple. The potato had to be soft, and the beans have to be soft, and this one clearly are. The spam is very easy. I got this spam because it had the bacon stuff. Just cut it very relatively thin. See? You don't need a lot. You want your plantain to be as ripe as possible. What you're going to do is you're going to peel it. See how ripe? And you're going to cut it in slices. See? So for the plantains, what I did is I'm using the same pan that I used earlier, and instead this time around I'm going to use vegetable oil. High heat, and once it's high and things are hot, you reduce the heat to medium because you don't want them burned. And you can use this opportunity to also cook your spam ham. Just let them fry. It's not going to take a long time. Make sure you move them around. When the plantains start getting this nice looking color, they're about ready. The spam, you want to cook it to whatever style you like. Some people like it burnt. I like it this nice color. The important thing is that you're going to have a plate with a paper towel handy, so you can start moving the stuff out as they're ready. Transfer to a paper plate so they start dripping the grease. And you pretty much do the same with the plantains. For the rice, it's straightforward. I have a cup of rice, but the amount doesn't matter. If you have 3 cups or less, make sure that the amount of water is a quarter cup or half a cup more. Like I have 1 cup of rice and 1 1/4 cup of water. So the first thing is you add the water. Put a little bit of oil, few drops. Let the water heat up for a little bit, I say about maybe a minute. Add your rice. Make sure it's well distributed. Let the water boil for a few seconds. High heat. And once the water and the rice start boiling, cover it and reduce the heat from high to medium. After about 5 minutes, because I didn't use a lot of water, you're going to see these little craters, meaning that the water steam, because you're cooking with the steam. If you use a lot of water, what is going to happen is it's going to take you a long time. That's 5 minutes. It was sufficient to get it to the stage I have now. And what you do, you're going to stir the rice, not like crazy, just up and down, like up and down. And after you do that, you're going to cover again and let it cook. Let's say about 3 minutes. About 3 minutes later, you come, stir things around again, up and down, up and down, up and down. And I'm working with 1 hand. If I was working with 2, I put a little bit more pressure when I lift it, because you want to go from the bottom. If you don't go from the bottom, you're going to get what they call pegao. Safarat in Spain, pegao in Puerto Rico, is up to you. This is almost ready. See how grainy it is? And so what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to leave it there on cover. And keep in mind, this is a couple notches above low. So it's kind of in the medium or below medium. 1 more minute, it's ready. Last but not least comes the egg. And I'm not sure what I'm showing you to do this, because you should know, but I'm going to use ghee, butter, small pan, preheat. After the butter melts, crack egg carefully, put it on. Let that baby fry to your desires. Add a little salt, just a little bit. You can add pepper if you want to. Then you do a little trick, a little bit of water, cover it, and you let the steam go up for a few seconds to cook the top of the egg to the desire you want. See? That's simple. Take it out.